What's up, Draft Nation? It's your boy John here. Today we're back with our second episode of Draft Nation. First one was a live streaming of the NFL Draft. Well, this one is our very first, and probably only, Dynasty Rookie Draft. This is an actual draft with actual players, with actual teams, including myself, the one that Sully and I both play in. Excited to bring it to you today. Want to go through it with you, give you a couple of early ideas as your drafts go through the off-season and towards the start of the next NFL season. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to this, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and also leave a review on Apple and Spotify if you're listening as well. And if you're not watching on YouTube, well, you're missing out on a beautiful, spectacular view that we've got here in Surf Coast, Australia. But so a couple of the details for today's episode. So it is a 14-team superflex rookie draft, real teams. This is the Dynasty League that I commish. Real people are going 5 minutes per pick, though we'll fly through it for the purposes of this show. And I've got quite a lot of picks in this draft. I think I've got 7 of the first 15 picks. So it will be interesting to see how this one goes. It was really a lot of fun, and I think it actually worked out pretty well for me. Pretty well. And Sully likes his late round picks, so he's not picking until like the third round. There's a couple of other good ones here as well, so let's get stuck into it. On the clock, it is Christos. His needs were pretty much wide receiver. He's got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown. And a couple of other sort of like semi-good ones, but that's about it. It runs dry for him pretty quickly, but he does love quarterback value. Obviously, it's Caleb Williams here, so there's not too much to argue, especially in a superflex. He was pretty good at quarterback. His quarterbacks Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson and Anthony Richardson. So it didn't really need Caleb Williams, but it wouldn't make sense for him to pass it off. I thought he might have taken Marvin Harrison here because to pair Marvin Harrison with Jamar Chase, with Justin Jefferson, with AJ Brown, man, that'd be a beautiful, beautiful thing, but it wasn't to be. So Caleb Williams comes off the board. I was next, and so I threw a few curveballs at people. People weren't expecting. I've only got CJ Stroud as my starting quarterback. After that, I don't have anyone. But that wasn't enough for me to want to take Jayden Daniels here. So I took Marvin Harrison, of course, and then I took Odunze over Malik Nabers. Mainly because I did that because mainly I just want to cheer for him on Sundays. But also I think Rome's an elite player. He's playing alongside DJ Moore and Keenan Allen at the moment. I actually don't think Keenan Allen is going to be as much of a factor as he has been with the Chargers all of his career. My comp for Rome Odunze was Keenan Allen, so I think it's perfect for them to be there. And also, I just want to watch this Bears team this year. Like many people, I didn't get Caleb, so Rome for me was a good pick there. Then Timmy was on the clock. He'd been making a few moves. He wanted to secure Jayden Daniels, so he got that, which was good for him. Willow is up next. He actually takes Malik Nabers. His quarterbacks were here's Kyler Murray, and then he had Justin Fields that he traded for as well. He's taken over an orphan team. How's it going? So he was pretty light on with quarterbacks, so he went with but he started with Nabers as, I guess, the number one pick here to take over any of the quarterback options. I then took Xavier Worthy. I still didn't go quarterback, which was pretty wild. And then Willow was back on the clock. He took Drake Maye, which makes a lot of sense. Really, really, really good quarterback there. So he's now in a good spot. So he shored up that QB2 spot. I still need a QB2. I'm on the clock now here at the 108. I go and take Brock Bowers over JJ McCarthy, over Bo Nix, over Michael Penix, because I still have the 110 and the 113 to go, and I'm pretty sure I can get a decent quarterback with one of those picks, depending on how it goes.
Yeah, you screen share.
Next up on the clock is Jonesy. Jonesy is one of the auto drafters tonight. He had set a queue, though, but he is in dire need of a second quarterback. He has Will Levis, and then that's about it. There's really no one after that. So we waited for the clock to count down. Finally, we pushed it through, and his auto queue kicked in, and he had Jonathan Brooks was the one that he had lined up there, which was surprising to see for a few reasons. So
I am super happy now with Brian Thomas.
slipping.
Yeah, that's awesome for Chopper.
Yeah, so we were not expecting that. I definitely wasn't expecting that. And
Yeah,
at
this
the
is an
110,
actual brick wall.
at this point, I wanted to take Brian Thomas and keep smashing these receiving options,
Well,
but I couldn't pass on JJ McCarthy. I only have CJ Stroud. There's no way. And I was waiting for Michael Penix
I'm going to take my best friend
all the way into the second round, and then hopefully use my second round pick on him, which you'll see I actually do as well. Chopper's on the clock. He takes Brian Thomas, falls straight into his lap, and he's absolutely stoked about that. You cannot complain about that at all. Brian Thomas there is an excellent pick.
We're best friends.
Then we have Mike, who is auto drafting, and I'm pretty sure he had teed up Keon Coleman. Big Bills fan.
You have to.
Makes a lot of sense for him to take Keon Coleman here.
He'll be angry with me if I don't draft him.
Then I'm back on the clock here. And I take Malachi Corley here at 113, which is a huge reach, and I understand that, but I got a lot of sentimental value for Malachi Corley. I actually also happen to think that this landing spot for him on the Jets is probably one of the better ones that he could have asked for. He's gone from playing with Austin Reed
that's crazy. That is wild.
At Western Kentucky to playing with a Hall of Famer in Aaron Rodgers, which I think is absolutely insane. And then he's got Garrett Wilson, who's going to be playing on the outside, in the middle. He's going to be playing a bit of everywhere. He's that ex-receiver. People are worried about Mike Williams. I'm not too worried about Mike Williams. Even despite his injury history, he's going to play on the outside a bunch. Malachi Corley is going to be playing through the slot a ton. So I was really into that pick there. You in your draft will be able to wait. Probably until the mid-second round, I imagine. I had to go get him there because also I was worried that Chop was going to get him just to spite me as well. Almighty Spiter. Jake, who was the winner last year, he's then on the clock. He's auto-drafting. He picks, he gets Lad McConkey dealt his way. So Chopper's back on the clock. He's got 2 of the next 3 picks to start the second round. So we're now at the 201. So the first round, just to quickly recap, went Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison, Rome Odunze, Jayden Daniels, Malik Nabers, Xavier Worthy, Drake Maye, Brock Bowers, Jonathan Brooks, JJ McCarthy, Brian Thomas, Keon Coleman, Malachi Corley, and Lad McConkey. Chopper, who took a Brian Thomas, then takes Trey Benson. That's a really nice pick at the 201, the 15th overall pick. Then JT's on the clock, and he has no quarterback at all. And Bo Nix falls straight into his lap. I think he had to be stoked with that pick of Bo Nix, just falling there. His first pick was the 202, so lucky for him. Chopper then comes back around, takes Ricky Pearsall, and now I'm back on the clock. And at this point, I'm thinking Michael Penix is there. I only ever want to roll out 2 quarterbacks at a time. I hate when I have a third quarterback on my bench just accumulating all these points. I'd rather have to use it on the receiver or an elite running back option that I can actually start, but I can't pass up with Michael Penix there. The 204. This is the 16th overall pick in the draft, and I got to take it there. The other thing is, by the time he's ready to go, I'll have a better idea of what JJ McCarthy's like. I actually really love Michael Penix. I was saying during this draft as well. I think he's got probably the second best arm, if not the third best arm in this quarterback class. And I actually think he's going to have a really good career in Atlanta as well. Moving along, Aaron then takes Xavier Legette. He felt like he fell into his lap there. And then Kesey takes Marshawn Lloyd as the third running back.
Yeah, man, I love Jaylen Polk.
I'm not a big Marshawn Lloyd guy. I thought his vision was pretty bad. I thought he was pretty slow as well. I thought he loves running to the outside and then just getting tackled. He doesn't really, for a big guy, he doesn't really run through the middle too much. But, good landing spot there to run alongside Josh Jacobs, so can't complain too much. JT's back on the clock. He then takes Blake Corum, which I think is another excellent pick, because he also doesn't have too many running backs going for him as well, so Blake Corum's a great pick there. We then have Kesey. He's back on the clock, and Kesey has, I think he's got another 3 or 4 picks for the rest of this round. We're up to the 208 now. So let's see how he goes here.
Yeah.
Troy Franklin.
He's not a huge guy, but I mean, we'll see. I'll take that midfield.
Troy Franklin. Easy back on the clock, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So right.
Okay, so Kesey takes Adanai Mitchell, which I think is another excellent pick there as well. Then Willow's back on the clock. He takes Jaylen Polk. Roman Wilson then goes back to Keezy. So Adanai Mitchell, Jaylen Polk, Roman Wilson at the end of the second round here. I think that those are fantastic picks. And it just goes to show how deep this class is. I really love Jaylen Polk. I think the landing spot is fantastic. I think he's going to do really well with Drake Maye there. Timmy's up on the clock now. He takes Troy Franklin, which I'm pretty happy with that pick because all things considered, Troy Franklin, he did fall in the NFL draft, but he is back with Bo Nix. And I'm pretty happy with that as a landing spot. They're going to have previous rapport. He's only got to worry about Courtney Sutherland, but they play such different positions, so not too worried about that. Now, I've got a pick coming up at the 301, so we're still 2 or 3 picks away from mine, or 4, and I'm stressing because I really love Jermaine Burton. I think he has had some issues at Alabama. I'm hoping those issues are behind him because he was electric at Alabama when he did have the ball in his hands. And I can kind of see that coming to fruition here, again on the Bengals. Once the Bengals move on from T. Higgins, I think Jermaine Burton's going to be a fantastic second receiver next to Jamar Chase. And the other thing is, if Jamar Chase is injured, I actually think Jermaine Burton would be a fantastic receiver 1 as well. So, see how this plays out. Kesey takes Luke McCaffrey of all people. Then JT's back on the clock again. He takes Spencer Rattler as his second quarterback option, his third pick in the draft. Then I'm up on the clock, and I take Jermaine Burton. So he falls there for me, which I'm absolutely stoked about. We then have Ben Sinnott go. He went to the Commanders, and Jonesy was pretty happy to auto-pick him there. Javon Baker goes to Sully. So Sully's first pick. You'll see. He's finally a part of this draft.
Well, Sully, you shouldn't have traded away your picks all the time.
He loved Javon Baker. He actually likes him more than Jaylen Polk for the Patriots. And I like Javon Baker as well. He is such a wild out there kind of guy. Like I'm not sure how that's going to go in the NFL, especially on the Patriots, who are traditionally a very disciplined team of all of them. But good pick. Kesey takes Jalen McMillan there. I really like Jalen McMillan on the Bucs. I think he's going to be great with Baker. I think he's going to be a great third option, especially with Mike Evans getting a bit older. It's going to be great to learn behind him. He's sort of like a similar body build as well. Sully comes back on the clock and he takes Brendan Rice. He loves Brendan Rice. I am not too sure what he likes about him. Maybe we'll ask him after this episode, but he does take Brendan Rice there.
I don't know that you will.
And then Chopper's on the clock. Chopper takes Jordan Travis here. I was bummed about that because I really wanted to get Jordan Travis in the 4th round. But Chopper has Aaron Rodgers, so it does make a lot of sense. He loves having a backup plan.
I know how
to
much
his starting options.
Rice.
He's also considered once if Aaron Rodgers injures himself again or is a bit slow to come back, Jordan Travis could see the field over Tyrod Taylor, which is not too suspect if you ask me. And then the other thing is once Aaron Rodgers retires, I would not be surprised if Jordan Travis actually sees some starting playing time as well. So see how that goes. I definitely think we'll see him start again this coming season.
Starting running back for the Buffalo
Sully's
Bills.
back on the clock, and he takes at 307. He takes Ray Davis of the Buffalo Bills, and I love this pick. So if you're in a 12-team league, we would be looking towards the end of the 3rd round here. Because it's a 14-team league, we are halfway through.
I had to do it. I had to take
I think this is a fantastic pick. He must have really fallen. I would definitely would have taken him over Marshawn Lloyd. Probably not Blake Corum, but I can really see a world in which Ray Davis takes over the job from James Cook and is that primary running back option.
That's it. You hang her up.
So really happy for Sully, who I think he thinks he's having a pretty good draft as well. He's pretty happy about how it's going. We've got Willow on the clock at the moment.
Oh, it wasn't me.
Oh, I thought you said something. But yeah, I wonder. Hey, can you push this? Or is he in here?
No,
He's here.
Yeah.
Willow's drafting.
Lumping.
Just push it anyway.
I just say fuck it.
If he's not on the screen, push it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like almost all the quarterbacks pretty much gone already.
Yeah.
Unless you want Joe Milton the 3rd.
Oh, Devin Leary catching strays.
Oh, man. I was hoping Sanders might be there at the 310. I like that pick.
Yeah. He fell hard.
Another snipe for me.
Wow, Braelon Allen's still on the clock. Casey, that's the guy I wanted, Tez.
Really? You got
Yeah.
You know
I
that
like Baltimore.
he literally had the worst percentage for breakaway getting off of his man-to-man coverages in the entire college football.
Yeah, but for a third-round dart throw, he's in a really good spot.
Like, actually, out of every wide receiver in all college football, he was the worst.
All right.
There's still a lot of good players here.
There is indeed, and we are going with Mr. Kimani Videl.
That's a nice
Yeah,
pick.
that's a
a nice
great
pick.
pick.
I
Man,
debated.
Could be the starter.
Could be.
Yeah,
Could
especially if Harborough loves him, which I think they have
Yeah.
a strong connection already. But at least by year 2, he could easily be the starter there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where you have to start looking to like next year and the year after.
Mm-hmm.
Irving, Allen.
Mhm.
Interesting.
It's a run for the running backs. It's weird.
I wish I had some more picks in the third. Fuck.
Yeah, still a lot of good players here.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get to pick until the 5th round here, so I got to decide if I want to go for a guy or.
I got some tier 3 players still on my my board.
I wasn't expecting him to be there, so I'm just going for value when I see value here. So we are going running back as well.
Oh, that is value, buddy. That is value.
That's a fast motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's a great pick.
And that's a good scheme for him. It's a good fit. Christian McCaffrey
Mhm.
tears his pecker. He's like, that's it. He's in.
Yeah.
There's the running backs. There we go.
There's all the running
Oh, the
backs.
jump
There we
on
go.
Washington.
Malik.
Oh, God. That was another guy. I had the conversation earlier with Jay, and I told him that was the guy that I wanted. And what a guy.
Good value for Jones today.
I wasn't even drunk.
Sully, I was going to say, you got to stop drinking, dude. You got to
Oh,
stop drinking and talking.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
say
no.
He went He took my list and he went with it.
Frank the Tank.
Where did you tell him?
Oh, yeah.
Tracy. Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Tyrone.
We're competing with Eric Gray for that RB2 job this year.
Man, there's still a lot of great players.
There are a lot of great
Yo
players.
Johnson could be a good tight end in the future.
Yeah, he could be really good.
Yeah, he's on the right team.
Oh, Michael Pratt's still on the board.
Who?
I can't take another quarterback.
Quarterback. Green Bay.
Yeah.
You'll take him over Joe Milton?
Wow.
Yeah, he's way better. Joe Milton sucks, man. Joe Milton
ended
might
up
play
being a
tight
tight
end.
end.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's there for a while as long as he stays healthy. But this is the game we play. It's next man up.
Loves the real deal.
Eric Hall. Eric Hall.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
I was needing tight end this year. I was hoping to get a tight end
I
this
think
year.
I want to take Cade
I
Stover.
want to reach for him.
Yeah, there go the tight ends. That's now there's nothing left there.
Well, Stover played tight end with CJ Stroud in college,
Yeah.
and so now they're back together again.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Yeah, all is gonna be good in a couple years anyway. I don't know if it's gonna be next season, but give it 2.
Oh,
Commission.
Holy smokes, tight ends.
another
Yeah,
one.
I got some tight ends to
Jesus.
trade if anyone wants.
I think John's got some tight ends to trade.
Man, I got so many.
A
now.
stable of them, yeah.
I somehow went from having like Noah Fant, my starting tight end a year ago, to now I've got like
Embarrassment of riches.
5. I reckon the next best player is Johnny Wilson for the Eagles.
So these
no
7th
idea
rounders
what
just
it
going to kick in after 514?
No, they're done. We don't have them.
Nah,
They were ghost
grads.
picks. Okay.
Yes, my man. Excellent.
Oh,
Both of them fell. You beauty.
so I started talking about him. I was like, "Oh, Michael Pratt's still there. That's interesting."
I know, and I was trying to be like, John, shut the fuck up. Just quiet here, buddy. Like,
So next on my list, Sully.
He's a good player.
There it is.
Jacob
I
Cowing,
just
he's a
have
good
this.
player as well.
you just have handcuffs, John.
You
That's
set
all
your
I have.
eyes on him.
Yeah.
It's sick. Everyone on my list. I got you beauty.
Tim says
Some other
add
good
me from
players.
backstage. John?
Huh?
Tim just said add me from backstage.
Here he is.
There you go.
There he is.
Hey, he's back.
The internet crapped out. Lucky I don't have like 3 rounds of picks, so I don't have to worry about it.
There's still a couple of good options here.
Lots of good options.
Yeah. Who's on? Oh, it's Christian. Hang on, let me push this way. Sully.
Joe
Yeah,
Milton.
Milton. There we go.
With Milton going, that was that was
Raheem Bell. Gone.
Who's microwaving?
No, that's Allison.
Okay, I'm just going to chuck you on mute.
We'll speed this up a little bit. So Willow takes Jatavion Sanders. I don't love that pick. I was really high on him pre-NFL draft. Once I saw him fall, though, into the day 3 picks, I was not really into that.
this is
Keezy's back on the clock. Keezy takes
very
Tez
I think
Walker,
it's one
and
really
I
good
really
player
want.
to
This
take.
is another player I was
No,
targeting,
Clearly better than
along
that.
with Jordan
I don't
Travis,
like him,
was
to be honest with you, but
Tez
Really?
Walker. I really wanted him to fall into the 4th round. It didn't happen. Keezy was on it. Aaron takes Kimani Videl, which again, another fantastic pick. But I can definitely see a world in which he gets some starting playing time, but he is the starting option for the Chargers. And I think I was talking about with Sully after the draft. There's definitely, realistically, Jim Harbaugh is going to want to ground and pound and play really traditional football there in LA. So
that's not
great pick there. Zinn gets auto-drafted with Bucky Irving, which is still not a bad pick. I think that's going to be a nice little 1-2 punch there in Tampa.
Hoping one of them hits.
Braelon Allen goes off the board to Zinn again. And then Aaron takes Isaac Garindo, which is another fantastic pick as well. Really, really love how Aaron's draft is going so far. JT's back on the clock. He takes Malik Washington, which again Sully was really upset about. And at this point, Sully revealed that he was having some words with JT before the draft about who he was looking at late, who he was thinking about. Another one of those was Frank Gore, who JT takes as well. And Sully was ropeable about that as well. We'll blast through a couple of these other ones now. A couple of it stood out to me. So Tyrone Tracy goes to Christos. I really love that landing spot in New York. I think Tyrone Tracy is going to be quite good there. Then a run of 4 tight ends goes. So Theo Johnson goes. He's auto-drafted to Jake, but I still really like Theo Johnson in sort of like a late 4th round pick. Looks really good. Eric All goes to Christos, and I'm pretty sure as soon as the draft was over, he traded him. I take Cade Stover, and my thinking here was I was tossing up between him and Jacob Cowing and even Jamari Thrash. But my theory here is I like Dalton Schultz, but Stover and CJ Stroud played together at Ohio State, and I think that they might link up again quite nicely. And there's a bunch of receiving options there now in Houston, but I can see a world in which he gets his own design plays. So I'm into that. Some other ones that went, Chopper took Michael Pratt. He has Jordan Love, so that makes a lot of sense. He wanted to shore up, he wanted to handcuff his quarterback, so he got both of Jordan Travis and Michael Pratt to go behind Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. Jacob Cowling goes to Keezy as well. Jaheim Bell goes as well to Chaz there.
100%.
Then we have
he was not bad.
Sully was really into his pick of Johnson as well, which is a bit of a dart throw. Jonesy takes Johnny Wilson. I really wanted to take Johnny Wilson here. We're up to the 5th round, we're at the 502, so this would be well deep. You can probably pick him up off waivers. It had this been a 12-team league. Jamari Thrash goes as well. Really great pick to JT. Isaiah Davis goes to Willow as the second running back drafted for New York.
Washington.
Aaron with his 505 takes Bub Means. I did not know too much about him pre-NFL draft, but the Saints seem to really like him enough to take him in the mid-day 3.
Bad running back.
Some other ones that stood out. I took Taj Washington. Really like Taj Washington at USC. I think he played really well with Caleb Williams, so I think he could get schemed up. I do think he'll make the team. I think having that experience at USC would be good for him. Tanner Mordecai goes
I like
off the
Tanner
board
Mordecai.
to
I
Sully.
think
He had
do
Brock
I.
Purdy, but I think
All
he thinks that
situation.
Tanner Mordecai could
He's
see
a
some
good
starting
quarterback.
value. And
Maybe
he was okay
John,
in
maybe I
college.
pick
I'm not going to knock
Tuavaloa
Tanner
again,
Mordecai
and
at
then
all.
I could actually be
And then Jawad Jordan goes at the 5-12.
Yeah.
Watson goes
Tua-
as well. So a
Tuavaloas.
couple of other ones. Audric Estime as well went at the end of the 5th round as well. So it was definitely a really, really fun draft.
all right.
I love how it turned out for me. So I just want to
Chocolate
recap
last
a couple
pick.
of things. So
Do I go Tuavaloa?
round
Just
2
beautiful
recap
name.
was 201. So it was Trey Benson, Bo
This
Nix,
is it. It's
Ricky
just like,
Pearsall, Michael
it's all
Penix,
just for
Xavier
gags at this
Legette,
point.
Marshawn Lloyd, Blake Corum,
Yeah,
Adanai
pretty
Mitchell, Jaylen Polk, Roman Wilson, Troy Franklin, Luke McCaffrey, Spencer
I know,
Rattler
I
as
know.
well. And then at the start of the 3rd round, I managed to get Jermaine Burton, Javon Baker went, Jalen McMillan went, Brendan Rice went, Jordan Travis went, so a couple of other ones there, Jatavian
Cody
Sanders
Schrader
and Tez
and
Walker as well, Bucky Irving, Kimani
Jordan could
Videl,
get playing time.
Braelon Allen as well, and Isaac
I'm literally
Gringo.
just
So
about to
if you're in a 12-team league, there's a lot of really, really good options there. I'm stoked with how my draft went.
I was thinking
I
Marvin
ended up
really
with Marvin
was.
Harrison, Rome Odunze,
Hotman.
Xavier Worthy, Brock
And the problem is
Bowers,
Hotman.
JJ McCarthy, Malachi Corley, Michael Penix, Jermaine Burton. I got Cade Stover, and I got Taj Washington as well. So pretty stoked with the depth that I've got at receiver now as well. I've got 2 quarterbacks that I come out with that are going to be good starting
There we
options
go.
in the next year or 2 as
AJ
well. So
Barner.
happy about that. And overall, we were all pretty stoked about how the draft went. So hope that helps you out.
Great draft.
Great draft.
That was awesome.
Went exactly how I
That's
thought
going
it
to
would.
do it for another episode of Draft Nation. Hope you've been enjoying the content. I'm going to be back soon with some 2025 summer scouting for college. I've got some great profiles that I'm looking at the moment, including Luther Burden. We're looking at Ollie Gordon. We're looking at Quinshon Judkins and a couple of these quarterbacks as well. Might look at Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, and I'm pretty into Dylan Gabriel as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be bringing those to you all off season as well. Hope you enjoyed this rookie draft. Hope it was informative for you, and it'd be interesting to see how this changes as training camp gets underway in July and the preseason starts as well. Our league's going to do a supplemental draft, so now it's basically going to be like a waiver priority. There's going to be another draft at the end of August once we've evaluated these super deep. It is a bit of a sicko league players, so looking forward to that. Hope you enjoyed the content. Please like and subscribe, really helps us out as well. And we'll catch you soon. But until then, enjoy your drafts. If you've got any questions, reach out. I love talking football with it as well. So we'll catch you soon.